Well, here we are again. This is our second match this week, and this is from this week's 10 ball Scotch doubles, and this is an unexpected match. Just seen Mal and Bill losing to One Pocket Slim and Potman by 5 racks to 4, and this is now a loser's side match, and it's just a race to 3, and Tarek and Dirties are getting 1 rack, so Mal and Bill are right up against it. And I had these guys down as the favourites for this week's tourney, but they're going to have to battle. Very strong team on paper, and Tarek is well, certainly plays a lot more snooker than he does 9 ball. And I think Dirties plays a mixture of everything. And Bill and Mal are certainly 9 ball experts, and you know, 10 ball's only 1 ball more, isn't it? But let's see how they do. Well, he got the kick shot, and Dirties is going to have to, or is it Dr. Ties, or it depends however you want to say it, but he's going to go for the kick in the 1. Quite a big target to hit it. He might be lucky enough to get it in, so he's called the pocket, which again's the right thing to do. Now, is he hitting that a bit straight, or is he going to put spin on it? Yeah, he's lining it up better now. Now, even if he hits the rail first and comes off the rail and hits the 1, he's still got a strong chance of it going in. Well, no, he's straightened the cue ball up. I think he ended up in the wrong English on it. Well, Mal's got ball in hand, and he does have a chance to just nudge this 8 ball out the way and get Bill onto the 2, which is what he's done. But he's tied the 8 and the 5 ball up now. Let's have a look at them. Right, well, there's nothing doing there, so Bill and Mal are going to have their work cut out here. But again, if you look where the 4 ball is, Mal's got to come back and leave Bill an angle on this 4, and it needs to keep running. It needs to keep going. Well, there's an angle there, so Bill can certainly nudge into the 8 ball, and he doesn't want to nudge it soft, because he doesn't want to just nudge them together like that. Well, let's be honest, that's asking a lot to cut that, and the cue ball's going to be running. Now, can Mal bank this to the side rail and try and bank it over towards the 8 again, because I think that's maybe what he's more likely to be trying. Well, unfortunately, he's missed a hit in the 8. And Tarek and his partner have a good chance here to, well, go to the hill, because it's only a race to 3 here in the 1 loss side. Well, still looking good. Now, Dirties has got a choice of what to do here. He can bring the cue ball down to the right here for that 9 into the left middle. That certainly looks to be the simplest shot, because it doesn't pass the 10, so he wants to come over to the right hand side of the table with enough pace, but not that much that he's going to scratch in the bottom right hand corner. Well, he's hit it with enough pace to come back up, and that's pretty good. That is pretty good. And Tarek, just a little drawback of an inch, it would be perfect, and that's perfect. And Mal and Bill could be heading home if they don't get their act together. Very, very sharpish. They're now at the point of no return, and this is what the handicap does. It puts the pressure on the stronger players to perform. And so Tarek breaking off in rack number 3. Something dropped. What was it? The 8 ball. And his partner's got a shot in the 1. Now, he can bring that cue ball off the side rail and into the middle of the table by the 4 ball. And that'll leave Tarek on the 2. Well, I don't think there was a great deal of thinking in that shot, because look where the cue ball's gone. Well, that was a missed call, yeah. And I think Tarek's forgot it's 10 ball they're playing. I'll let them sort it out between themselves. Well, he's actually done the wrong thing. He's passed turn when he should have actually hit miss call. No, not bother typing it. Well, Bill's played the safety. I think they've sorted things out. Just mind my own business and watch the match. Well, Tarek's kicked to 1. Again, he made the mistake there of not calling a pocket. Now that 1 could have went in there and he'd had to miss call again. And Mal is going to line up the bank into this bottom right where the cue ball is. And that's perfect. And where's the cue ball going though? It's running a bit strong. And let's get close up to that. Well, Bill can't do anything with that. There wasn't enough of the 2 ball showing there. Now, does that 2 ball go past that 9? Why is he calling it? Well, that's far too tight for that 2 ball to go past the 9, surely. Look, it can't get past the 9 and hit the jaws. Or did he cancel that called shot? I don't know what he did there. Anyway, Mal's left with a shot in the 2, which I feel he's got to go for it. He needs to watch the in off. And he's put a lot of draw on it. Kissed into the 10. And Bill has really got no shot in the 3. 3 doesn't get anyone past that 6. So really Bill is going to put his eggs in one basket here going for the 3. It was asking a lot. Plus he never got his partner on the 5, I don't think. So this is about cue ball control, and Tarek's drawn it as hard as he can. He's left his partner a long distance shot in the 5, well, medium distance shot in the 5, into the middle, let the cue ball come down onto the bottom rail and back into the middle of the table for the 6. And I don't think he's hit it hard enough. Again, Dirties isn't thinking ahead, and he's not going through in the shot. That other positional shot he played, there wasn't a lot of thought in it, and I don't think he put a lot of thought into that either. He certainly underhit it. Now Tarek banked that. Did he call the bank? Well, maybe he did and I missed it. I don't see anything from the opponent saying he should miss call. I'm too busy looking at the balls on the table. I'm not looking at what's happening in the top corner. Tarek has got a cut back on the 9 here. Now, how can he get this cue ball around the table for this 10 ball? Let's have a look. Well, he can do it. It needs a bit of spin though to change the path of the cue ball. Well, he's banked to 9 onto the 10, and that's going to come back up, because that has to be a called shot. And not only is it a missed call, I wonder whether Mal can see the edge of that 9. I don't think he can see enough of that to cut. Can he? Oh, I think it's a very, very touch and go shot, this. And Mal's probably looking at it in 3D to see what there is. And, well, this is a tough one. Well, he's went for the cut down the rail. Where's the cue ball going? Well, Bill has got to cut this into the left corner. And this is all or nothing. The match hinges on this shot right now. Pressure's on Bill. And in it goes. So they breathe again. And Mal breaking off in rack number 4. And no joy at all again in the break. Dry break. Now, let's see if Dr. Ties or Dirties is going to think out a good safety here. He could easily push the 1 ball off that end rail and onto the side rail, but he's playing a cut shot. And this is one of these hit and hope shots where not only are you just trying to hit the 1 and pot it, you're just hoping the cue ball's going to go somewhere near the 2, and that's never a good sign. But again, this is the thing, you know, when you're paired up with somebody who is not as experienced, then you've obviously got a weaker link on your team, and you've just got to make the most of it. Sometimes the luck goes with you, sometimes it goes against you. But this is a problem where you're only typing in a room. If you were actually on TeamSpeak and you're in a partnership in a team playing Virtual Pool 4, you get on a lot better. You could easily talk your partner out of doing shots, especially if you're the stronger player. If you're the more experienced player, it's up to you to advise your partner to play the better shot, that you see. And this is what you have with people who don't want to use TeamSpeak. It's probably the best thing you can do when you're playing a doubles match. You've got to be able to talk tactics with your partner. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on with the match. Mal kicks at the 2. Didn't call a pocket though, and he might have lived to regret that there, because that 2 could have went in that corner. Always call a pocket when you're kicking at a ball in 10 ball. That's the rule. You need to get that into your head. Okay, it's a slim chance you might fluke it into that pocket, but there's always that time you're never going to do it, and it's going to happen, and it can cost you the match. Well, I think Tarek is looking at the 4-8 combo here. Not an easy one. Cue ball's going to be running over to the left, but the 4, yeah, is it hard enough? Well, just under hit it. 4's just going to be left in the rail there like that, more or less, so no shot in the 4, even if he'd got the 8 in. And Bill just looking to keep the cue ball hidden if he can. Just scraped onto that 10. And I think Dirties should be thinking something similar. Just tuck the 4 onto the 7, but again, he seems determined to try and play something spectacular when the wiser move would be to try and keep it safe. I mean, they're up 2-1 at the moment. Let your opponents make the mistakes. There's times to be aggressive and times to be defensive. Well, he's gone all out for the bank. He's missed it but got lucky. And there's no way anything can happen. I mean, the one thing that Mal could do is kick off the side rail, and he might billiard the 9 in with the cue ball. But he's tried to hit the 4 full in the face, and he's kicked it up the table. He's got cover, but well, I don't know whether Tarek's got a jump cue. Assuming he doesn't play a lot of 9 ball, he usually plays snooker. I don't know whether he ever bought a jump cue. Oh, yes, he has. Well, we'll see how good he is. Well, got the jump. And the 4 ball is now sitting there waiting for Bill to play the combo onto the 9. And again, if Bill's going to get this, he really doesn't want to slam this hard. He wants to play it dead weight onto the 9 and leave that 4 ball there for Mal. And that's what he's done. Oh, where's the cue ball going? Oh, well, that could have ended up really embarrassing there, but it's okay. Don't forget the 8 ball's tucked in that top right hand corner pocket just in case you can't see it. And hopefully these guys haven't forgotten about it. So it's going to be a 7-8 combo. Well, that's a bit short by Bill. He's left it a good bit short, I think. He needed to go another few inches for comfort. And Mal just dropping in behind the 7. Nice simple shot down the rail for for Bill. Now Bill, well, I think it'd have been better drawing that back to the bottom rail and leaving Mal an angle, a better angle to get out. He might try and get round behind this 10. Well, he's played that well, as long as it keeps running. Well, we're going to go all the way in this match as well. In our first match tonight, we went to Hill. And it's going to be Mal breaking. Now, how's his luck? This is when you need a good break. When you've got the break and you're sitting all square, and this is a 1 rack decider. Well, something flew into the top right hand corner. I don't know what went in. It was the 8. Bill's got no shot in the 1 other than a bank. He probably just tuck that towards the 4 and get the cue ball back up the far end there. Well, he's knocked a 4 in. That'll be a missed call. And Dirty's got a slight angle in this one, but that's a good angle to get the cue ball off the bottom rail and back up for the 2. And again, he's overcut it. Not easy to play those shots at distance, especially when you're thinking about what you've got to do with the cue ball. So let's look at where the 3 is. Stuck behind the 10, and that 3 doesn't go past the 10. And Bill couldn't generate enough pace into the cue ball, and Mal's left with, well, just a kick off the end rail, I think. Yeah, might as well call a pocket in case something happens. You never know. Trying to spin it off the 3 onto the 6. Well, I think in the end he actually tried to kill the cue ball and hold it behind the 10. Right, so chance for Tarek again to get out his jump stick. Again, he gets the jump, but he misses the pot. But I think he's got away with it. Now, I know what I'd be doing. I'd be trying to get cover behind that 5 and 7 and 10 up in the corner. And Bills went all out for the cut, but again, there was no real position in the 5. You were always just chancing your arm you were going to get on it. Now, well, that 9 ball is probably scuppered Bill and Mal's chances of running this rack unless they play some very low percentage 5-9-6 combo. Something's got to give up at that end of the table, and that's actually not bad, that kiss, because the cue ball does go between the 9 and the rail, but can Bill manage to hold it? Yes, he can. And Mal's going to have to squeeze an angle off this 6, get that cue ball out. Oh, it needs to keep going. I think he's just made it. Now, a dead weight shot on the 7, or he can take it long. And I think Bill and Mal, well, barring a total accident disaster here. I thought Mal would have come back for the 10. He's leaving the 10 long. You never want one of these. He's got every confidence in his partner, and Bill seals the deal. In goes the 10, and Mal and Bill march on, and they win the match by 3 racks to 2. Let's have a quick look at the bracket. Once the bracket updates, or it should be, we've got Bill and Mal. They're in the 1-loss side final, and they're waiting on the loser of this match between Dizzle and Izum and Popman and One Pocket Slim. And once that match is over, the winner of that goes into the final, the loser of that goes into the losers final, and then the winner of the losers final comes back over to the main final.